Welcome to the Center of Excellence Lab, Schneider Electric. So, our lab is Schneider Industrial Automation. In this, we are going to see the lab Advanced Industrial Automation and Building Automation Lab. So, first, we are going to discuss about the Unity Pro software. In this lab, we are going to use the software which is known as Unity Pro. It is a unique software platform to increase the design productivity and performance of the Modicon 340 and 580 application. So, this is the Unity Pro software. In this, we are going to do a program based on the sequential function chart. Sequential function chart is a graphical programming language used for PLCs. It is one among the five languages defined by IEC standard 611313 standard. The SFC standard is defined as the preparation of function charts for control systems. So actually this is the SFC you can see here. There is three functions in it. So one is the first function is the steps. So this is the step. In this we are going to give some operation in it with some transition condition. If that condition is satisfied, it will be going for the next step. So in between the connectors are known as the directed links. So this we are going to see how it is going to work. So for example, we are taken a steps and the transitions. Here you can see if the step one is doing a command with this transition condition is satisfied, it will go for the next step. If the condition is not satisfied, it will not go to the next step. So these are known as the processing contents and this is known as the transition conditions. So based on this, we are going to develop a program. So first we are going to discuss about the surface treatment plant. So what is surface treatment plant or heat treatment plant? So in this we are going to take a metal, we are going to dip in some rinsing unit or maybe cleaning unit, so maybe caustic soda for cleaning the or we for doing the degreasing and rinsing it in water and pickling or rinsing. So for this is known as surface treatment or heat treatment. In detail here you can see the video. Sorry, you see the picture. In this there is a metal. So first we are going to degrease it. For the degreasing process is nothing but removal of paint and oil. Then once again we are going to rinse in water. Then we are going to dip it in acid or pickle so that the rust and the scales may be removed. Then once again we are going to rinse it in a water. Then once again we are going to dip it in a hot flax. Then once again we are going to dip it in a hot air and molten zinc, etc. So this is actually the mechanical and chemical process. We are not going to discuss about it. We are going to discuss about the system, which is the trolley function, how the trolley can be automated for our application that we are going to see. In this, our application is, so you must design an application for a surface treatment system which has two steps in it. So the specification is as follows: an operator puts a workpiece to treat it in a container of the slot 1. The operator gives the start operate cycle. So the cycle begins. Then the trolley moves up to the high position and then moves to the right to the slot 2. Then the trolley moves to the low position and the piece stays in the slot 2 for 5 seconds. When the time is up, the trolley moves up to the high position, then move to its right, the slot 3. On the slot 3, the trolley moves down to the low position and P stay in the slot 3 for 5 seconds for another bath. When the time is up, the trolley moves up in the high position and moves to the right and at the slot 4 and moves down for the low position and the P stay there for 5 seconds once again. After these three time delay is done, then the trolley moves up to the high position and move to its left to its original position, that is the slot 1, and moves down to the low position. Then the operates unloads the piece and the system is ready for the new cycle. So this is the application, how to design it. So for that we are having this graphical thing which is the question. So here you can see this is the slot 1. Here the operator is loading, it moves up, then it moves towards its right to the low position. There it stays for some 5 seconds. After that it moves up, moves right. Slot 3 stays up to 5 seconds. Then once again it is moving up. It is moving to the slot 4. There it is staying for some 5 seconds. Then it is rising up, coming to the original position towards its left and low position slot 1. So this is the application. How we are going to make this application? We are going to see. For that first we will see a demonstration of it. So we will get some ideas first. So demonstration of a prototype model of the surface treatment plant. So this is a
So
surface
we have
treatment plant.
seen the automation, that is advanced industrial automation SFC. In that we might have
program the first application. It is going to dip in the slot 2 and slot 4. Now I am going to make a program that it is going to dip in all the slots. So that is the actual surface treatment program. So for this I am going to show the demo how it is going to work. I am going to initiate the process so that it is going to dip in all the slots. You can watch it closely. So I am going to press the push button now. So here I am going to load a metal first. I am going to press the start cycle button. So it is rising up. Now the degreasing is processed for some 5 seconds. After the degreasing is done, once again it is going to dip in the rinsing process. Later it is going to the next slot for the acidic removal process. Then once again it is coming to the rest position. So this program we are going to see in detail. Yeah. So let us see the introduction. So what is the introduction? Yes, students. In the first application we might have seen the surface treatment plant or heat treatment plant, which was dipped in the second slot as well as fourth slot, and once again it was returned back. Now I am going to modify the application which dips in all the slots. Okay, why this is required? In the surface treatment, so we will be doing degreasing, rinsing, then once again we will be removing the scrap, that is the rust which is formed over the metal part. We'll remove it and then only we can able to put it in an electrolytic solution or some solution so it can get the coating over there. So for that purpose I am doing this application. I think you might have seen in the previous application, it is similar to the same. Okay, just we will have the recap of the input and output addresses. So slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4 and slot 5 is also there. If you want you can use that, otherwise you can use 4 slots. So the address will be 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 0.10 respectively, and we have the two positions. One is the high position sensor and the low position sensor. For that we have the addresses as 12 and 13. And also to initiate the process we require a push button. That push button addresses PB, yes, that is the short form of it. Its address is %I 0.1.15. And these PBD and PBU, it is push button down and push button up, it is there, but we are not going to use in this application. So these are the list of input addresses. Next we are going to see the list of output addresses. In output, just we are going to have 4 operations, that is moving up, moving down, right and left. Okay, so for left we are having the address 2.0, for right 2.1, down is 2.2 and up is 2.3. So these are all the list of input and output addresses. So this is the setup. I think you might have seen in the demo video also. The same setup is over here with its addresses. Okay, but I'm going to imagine that I'm going to fill in the first slot the metal, second slot degreasing, for that some solution I added in this. Third I'm going for water rinsing. Fourth I'm going for some acid solution to remove the rust and dust particles over the or the scale formation over the metal. Okay, so this is the application. This I am going to design. So, okay, so for this, how I can execute in the steps. Okay, so for this, I'll load the metal in the slot 1, ensuring that it is in the low position. Once the push button is pressed, so what will happen? So it will rise up. Okay, and it ensures that it is in the high position. After reaching the high position, it tries to move towards its right to the slot 2, ensuring that it is in the slot 2. It will come to the low position. Here, as I want to decrease it, it is going to dip in the solution so we can remove oil or grease which is over the metal. So for that, I am going to make that trolley to wait in this solution for some 5 seconds. I am going to make it. After this 5 seconds, the trolley is going to rise up. After the time delay is reached, trolley is going to rise up, ensuring that it is in the high position of the slot 2. Then it is going to move towards its right. Okay, so ensuring that it is in the slot number 3. After reaching the slot number 3, it will come down. Okay, so for rinsing purposes, so it may be having some water. So in the water, it will be rinsed for some 5 seconds in the slot 3 in the low position. So after these time delay is reached, so it will try to rise up. Once again, it will rise up and move towards its right. Okay, so ensuring that it is reaching the slot 4. Okay, in the slot 4, I told already we have acid solution. So for removal of the scale formation
or maybe rust over it. So it will come down after ensuring that it is in the slot 4. After reaching the slot 4, there also it waits for some 5 seconds it will wait. After the time delay is reached, so it will rise up. If you want, I can continue with the fifth slot and it may goes on, but I want to restrict within the 4 slots. Okay, so that once again it will rise up after the time delay is reached. Once again it will move towards his left. Okay, so ensuring that it reaches the slot number 1. After reaching the slot number 1, it will come down to the low position and the operator can remove the workpiece or add the workpiece for the next cycle so that the piece is ready for doing the electrolytic process or surface coating process. So this is going to be done in the 4 slot steps. So this may be, so this application, so I am going to do it in a detailed way of the SFC. This may be cut short in the 4th application. Okay, that you are going to study it in the detail also. Now, so as of now, this is the second, actually your second application, we can name it as 1B application. So a surface treatment plant, which is going to dip in all the slots. We can see the programming and the output in detail.
Yeah, next we are going to see the hardware configuration. The hardware configuration, we have the push button station. In the push button station, we have the push button start. So this is meant for starting the cycle and this is meant for moving it right. So these all are meant for the manual operation. In this application, it doesn't do any useful work and this is the emergency stop. And also we have the position sensor. This is the low position, this is the high position sensor and slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4 and slot 5. So these are all the various slots. So also we do have the uh, rack for the surface treatment in this. So this will be the power supply unit and this will be the central processing unit where all the controls are given. Here we are communicating with the Ethernet port and this is the input module DDI 3202K and DDO 3202K. This is the output module. So these are all the rack components which is going to do the PLC function. And also we do have the input and output addresses. So I think we might have discussed this in the board itself. So it is a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 will be the slot number and uh, 13 and 12 will be the low position and high position or high position and low position respectively. And this is the output addresses, that is 2.0 is meant for moving left and 2.1 is moving right and 2 is down and 3 is up. So these are all the physical moments of the output and also we do have the other addresses. So as of now in this application we are going to use only these address. So these address is main for push button start. So along with this we will see the programming procedure. Application we are going to see is surface treatment plant using SFC, which is going to be immersed in all slot. So I'm going to use the Unity Pro software. In the Unity Pro software, as usual, the PLC bus, we know already. I done this in the previous application, so I'm making it short. So I've inserted the module P342020 and I have inserted a DDI 3202. The 3202 I have created the input variables like slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, low position sensor, high position sensor and push button to be pressed for initiating the process and I have given update grid. Similarly, in the output module, I have clicked in the DDO. So I can see the output module DDO 3202K. In that percentage Q, I have clicked and I have given update grid so that I have created the low position that is moving towards left, moving towards right, down position and up position. I have given the update grid. Similarly, I have configured the communication here. You can see as usual for the communication, I have checked for the Ethernet. I have checked the biggest family and I have configured the IP address 84.16.2.44 and I have given the validate. Okay, and similarly here I went for the channel 3 application. So here channel 3 I have clicked TCP IP and Ethernet 1 I have given. Now I also opened the sections. The sections I have given app 1B, that I have opened the chart. Now I am going to give the number of steps. The number of steps required is 16 I want. So I am giving 16. Okay, and also I am dragging it and dropping it, and I am also going to give the numbers for this So I've created the steps S0 to S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6 up to S15 I have created, renamed it. So step 0 is the initial step. So I'm going to make it as a initial step, this one. Okay, fine, that is made as initial step. So in the initial step, I have to satisfy the first three conditions. For that I'm going to give the transitions. So S0 to S1. So I'm going to give the transition condition. So it is nothing but S0 underscore S1. So I have created it and I am going to put it in a ladder LD. So LD is created. So I am going to take it as output and I am going to give the three inputs for this. That is, push button has to be pressed. It should be in the low position and it should be in the slot 1. So I am going to assign the variables for this. So I am going to give the variables. So it is PBS first. Push button has to be pressed. Okay. Then it should be in the low position. It's done. Ensure that. Then once again it should be in the slot 1. So that is also done. I'm going to give OK. Then once again, if this is done, so what is the action plan in the S1? So for that I'm going for a sections, new section. It is in the LD, and this I'm going to give actions, ACT actions I'm going to give. So in this I'm going to take a output. So the output is, it is going to rise. So OMU will be the output. So OMU will be the output. It is done in the step S1.x. So I'll go for inside structures and I'll name it as S1.x. So it is created. So it is moving up to which position it has to move up. So there I have to set a limit. So here I'm going to set as the variable as high position. So it is moving up. So it will move up till the high position. I'm giving it okay. It is moving to the high position. In the slot, in the step 2, what is the action plan? We have to move the trolley towards the right. So once again, I'm going to create an output here, that is OMR. So because moving the slot towards the right. So double clicking it, I'm going to give OMR. Okay, that is done. So it is happening in the step 3. So I'm going to double click it and I'm going to give a variable inside structures, that is S3.x. I'm going to give S3.x. X, it will be moving in its right. Okay, so it is moving in the right up to which limit? So there we have to set the limit. So up to the slot 2. So I am going to select slot 2, SSL 2. Okay, so that is fine. After reaching the slot 2, so what is the next action plan? It has to come down. Okay, so for that I am going to give an action plan as S3, that is moving towards is down. So I am going to create one more output. So little bit I drag down. So it is OMD. I'll double click it and make it as OMD, moving towards down. Okay. So it is happening in the step. It is moving down. The step is okay. Here it is actually step 2. Sorry. Because it is moving right in the step 2 and it is moving down in the step 3. So here it is step 3.x. So I made it as step 3.x. Okay, after it is moving down, there should be a limit. So I make it as SLP. To the low position, it has to move down. So I'll give OK and OK. Okay, in step 4, so it has to wait for some 5 seconds. For that I'm going for a new section. It is timer section. So it is also LD. So I'm taking a timer. So here I think you can see the timer. So it is T on delay timer I required. So I took an on delay timer, dragged and dropped here. So I'm going to join the enable bit directly and I am going to put a input address as s4.x. In the fourth step, it is waiting for some 4 seconds. So it is s4.x. I'll take and put it over here and I'll give the time delay. So it is nothing but 5 seconds. 5 years I'm going to give and I'm going to validate it. Now I want to, after the time delay is reached, after step 4, so we have to give an acknowledgement. For that I'm going to take a variable. So here I'm going to go for functional blocks named by default tn. That output bit I'm going to take q. I'm going to give OK. In this step 5, once again after the time delay is reached, it is going to move up. So I can put it in the action plan in the same this thing. So it is already up is created here. So I can add one more input which is connected parallelly. Okay, so this is connected parallelly. So here I can give variables. So it is nothing but s5.x. The s5.x, it is moving up. So I can make it as moving up. It is moving up. There we should give a time limit. Okay. So there it is the time limit. So it is a variable up to the high portion. It has to move up. SHP. So I have given it and give OK. Okay. Now in the S6, so it has to once again move to its right. So I think already I have created the actions in the right. So here I can just add one more parallel input bit, that is S6.x. So here I am going to have S6.x, S6.x I have taken and I have dragged and dropped here. Okay, it is moving towards its right. Up to some limit should be there. So that limit will be up to the slot 3. Okay, I'll remove the inside structures, SSL 3 I'll map here. Okay, it is done. After reaching the slot 3, in the step 7 it has to move down. So already move down option is there. Just I'm going to parallel and input S7.x so that it can move down. So I'm double click on it. I'm going to remove the inside structures. So I'm going to remove the inside. I am going to add the inside structures. So here it is. S7.x. So in the step 7, it is moving down. So we have a limit for the 2. So that limit will be. So after S7.x, the limit will be SLP. I'll remove it. Remove the inside structures. So it is ASLP low position. Okay, it is reached the third slot. It is in the low position. Now I want to give the time delay. So for this time delay, I can take one more timer so that it will be easy for me. So I am taking one more timer here. So timer T on. I'm going to drag and drop it. I'm going to connect the enable bit here. Now I'm going to put a input. So the input for waiting is S8.x. The step is S8.x. So I'm going to take S8.x here. Fine, it is done. Okay. Okay, it is a timer 1. So here also I'm going to give the same time delay. It is 5 seconds. It's done and validated. Okay. After the 5 seconds is reached. So what is the action plan in the step 8? So I want to take the timer bit. So functional timer output bit. So timer 1 we have to select, that output bit we have to select, and we will give OK. In the step 9, so after the time is reached, once again in the step 9 the trolley has to move up. So similar this thing we can follow. So here I can give step 9 dot x. So I am going to give variables. It is in the step 9 dot x. I am given OK. That is done. It is sorry. So I have to give here step 8 not x. It is moving up. So I am going to change it here. Okay, it is moving up in the step 9. Up to which limit it has to move? Up to the high position. So once again I will come to the chart. It is moving up till the high position. So I will name it as SHP. The variable is, I'll remove the inside structures, SHP. Fine. It is in the high position. Next the action plan will be moving towards right. So here OMR is already created, that is moving towards right. So it is happening in the 10th step. step 10, I'm going to take inside structure S10.x. Fine. So it is more towards this right. Up to which limit? So there we should set a limit up to the slot 4 we can give. So already slot 2, slot 3. Now I am going for slot 4. Okay. So I can give here slot 4. SSL 4. Okay, fine. So there slot 4. Here I am going to give the action plan as so moving towards down. Okay. So I will give a input and the address will be, so it is happening in the step 11. So I'm going to take inside structures s11.x. I took drag and drop here. Okay, it is moving down. So up to which limit it should be? Up to the low position. So after the step 10, it should be reaching the, sorry, after the step 11, it should be reaching the low position. SLP. Okay. The SLP, so it is stagnating till the trolley comes down. After the step 12, so once again it has to wait for some time delay, maybe 5 seconds. So S12, I'm going to take one more timer. So it is timer 1, 0 is already took, 1 is already took. So I'm going for a timer 3 or timer 2 as per the list. So I dragged and dropped one more timer. So here I am going to connect the enable bit directly. So it is waiting in the step S12.x. So I am going to take the inside structures as S12.x. Fine, okay. So here I want to give the time delay. So time delay will be as usual 5 seconds. T is equal to 5 seconds. Okay, it's done. After the 5 seconds is reached, what should happen? So I should give some action plans so that after S12, I'm going to give the output bit. So I'm going for the functional blocks named by default T on qubit. I'm going to place here. So this activates the qubit. In the step 13, what is the action plan? Once again, the trolley has to move up. So I will go for actions. So trolley has to move up. So here I'm going to pick and place one more output bit with the address s13.x. So here it is variables, move the inside structures, inside structures s13.x. I'm going to take and place it over here. Fine. So it is moving up to which limit it has to move up to the high position. So here I'll give the variable as shp. That is done. Now in the 14th step, it has to move towards its left. Till now left output is not yet created. So I will create one more output as OML. Okay. So it is nothing but OML that is moving towards its left. Fine. So it has the input address of the step. It is happening in the step in the S14.x. So I'm going to double click on it. So it is inside structures S14.x. Okay. So this is also done. Okay. After it is moving towards its left. Up to which limit? So I have to set a limit here. So the limit is up to the slot 1 once again. So here it is coming to the slot 1 once again for validation. Okay. Slot 1 is given. In S15 once again it has to move down. It reaches the small slot 1, but it has to move down. For that I am going to give one more input. So that will be in the step 15 for moving the trolley down. So it is S15.x inside structures S15.x. I'm given. Okay. Now this is done. It is moving down. There we have to set a limit. So I'm going to set a limit in the chart up to the low position. So here I am going to give a condition of the variable that is up to the SLP low position. If the low position is reached, I am going to continue this process for other steps too. So I'm going to rejoin till the first step. Okay, so this is about the SFC application. Now we are going to see the running procedure. For running procedure, we are going to first set the address. So I think we have already configured this IP 84.16.2.44. So I want to test the connection. Test connection I'm giving, successfully connected, no issues. Okay. Now I'm going to connect the PLC with the system. So now it is connected. Now I'm going to transfer my project to the PLC. I'm going to transfer the project. Okay. So transferring is also done successfully. So it's done. Okay. Now I'm going to run the program and I'm going to see how the remote control is happening. Okay, it is in the 0th step. Okay, so now I'm going to control it remotely. So I'm going to the first initial step. So you can see it is in the slot 1 low position. Now I'm going to force the bit to 1. You can see simultaneously the chart. So in the hardware side, you can see that it is being controlled, waiting for the 5 seconds in the slot 3 9. Next. It is going for the slot 4. There it is waiting for some 5 seconds. Then once again it is moving towards its left and it's coming to the low position and the process is being end. So this is the process. You can see it here also. I can show it in the chart once again. So what's the chart here? So I'm going to force the value to 1. Here you can see it is moving from the slot 2. Here it is waiting for some time delay. Now it is coming for the step 5. Here it is waiting in the next slot for the time. After the time delay is reached, it is moving towards the left. Okay, so this is the process. Okay, let's see the procedure for the output, how it is working. Now we are going to see the running procedure. For running procedure, we are going to first set the address. So I think we have already configured this IP 84.16.2.44. So I want to test the connection. Test connection I'm giving, successfully connected, no issues. Okay. Now I'm going to connect the PLC with the system. So now it is connected. Now I'm going to transfer my project to the PLC. I'm going to transfer the project. Okay. So transferring is also done successfully. So it's done. Okay. Now I'm going to run the program and I'm going to see how the remote control is happening. Okay, it is in the 0th step. Okay, so now I'm going to control it remotely. So I'm going to the first initial step. So you can see it is in the slot 1 low position. Now I'm going to force the bit to 1. You can see simultaneously the chart. So in the hardware side, you can see that it is being controlled, waiting for the 5 seconds in the slot 3 9. Next. And this is going for the slot 4. There it is waiting for some 5 seconds. Then once again it is moving towards its left and it's coming to the low position and the process is being end. So this is the process. You can see it here also. I can show it in the chart once again. So what's the chart here? So I'm going to force the value to 1. Here you can see it is moving from the slot 2. Here it is waiting for some time delay. Now it is coming for the step 5. Here it is waiting in the next slot for the time. After the time delay is reached, it is moving towards the left
So this is the process. Okay.
Thank you for watching.